Hi and welcome to this lesson. Today we are going to paint this Atlantic puffin. So it's a very interesting subject. We have some complexities here, such as this white color. So this will be a perfect occasion to show you how do you actually paint white with watercolor. We also have this interesting shape of the bird that we will need to capture. So I will first walk you through this step-by-step process of drawing this bird. So let's get started. First of all, as usual, I have my sheet of paper here. So I will be sketching directly on my watercolor paper. I'm using my B pencil today. And I will start by creating this general outline, just general shape as usual. So usually I use ovals to make this general shape, so I will just place this oval somewhere here on my page, and this will just guide me so that I know that I am not going beyond the limits of this oval. So this is where my bird will be positioned on my paper, and I just always do it because I think it's easier to start from this solid base. Because otherwise, if you just start from the outline or start somewhere, you might end up with your drawing that is too close to one of the edges or to one of the angles, and it's usually looking very off, and people will be able to say that you just don't know how to plan your artwork. So that's why this is usually what you start with. Then let's draw this line here that will represent like a general movement of the bird. So this is how this kind of body is inclined. And then I will also make this line here for the direction of the head. So this is pretty rough at this stage. And of course I will be changing that. But let me now outline this other oval. So this is for the body. So the body of my bird will be somewhere here, doing it very roughly. So I just need a very neutral gray, and to mix it I will just grab some water. I think, yeah, I will mix it here. So just putting some water on my palette, and after that I will use a mix of indigo, cadmium red, and let's see, ochre. And the mix I got here is very, very dark, so I'm just adding more and more water. And it's still looking dark to me. I will add some green to it. So instead of just keep adding ochre, I will add some green, and this will instantly neutralize my color. So what I mean by that, before it was too red, I've added some green and it got a bit more neutral, but now it's looking too green. So adding some red, adding some blue, and so on. So I will keep using the same exact colors, but in different proportions to obtain the color I'm happy with. So I think now I've mixed this color that I'm happy with, but it's too dark. So what I will do is I will take my palette. I will clean it with my paper towel. So I grabbed my paper towel real quick, and instead of just going and washing it, I will just dip my paper towel in water, and I will clean my palette using this method real quick. There you go. I often use this method, and I will use this section here for my light colors. So all I need to do is just to put some of this media mix I just created and add more water to it. So this way I will end up with this very light gray color. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this very nice neutral gray. So these are the two first grays I will be using. So first step, let me make this swatch for you here so you can see what kind of colors I got. So this is the lightest gray. See, it's very light. And let me show you the second one, so the medium one. This one is darker. So these are the colors I will be starting with. As a first step, I will start to work on the body and the face of the bird. And I will cover everything except the eye and except this yellow thing, and except the beak and except the legs and the feet. So covering this head with water. So again, just not touching the eye. I don't want to touch the eye at this stage. And I will add more carmine to it to make it look a bit more like purple. And I think I actually like it this time. So I'll make another swatch. I hope you can see it. So it's more like gray and I like it. So I think I will use this color now. And what I will do is I will apply it first of all, add more water to it so that I have more of this color. I will apply this color to the head. I will take a smaller brush because I'm thinking that this one might be a bit too big for such fine, details. So I'm starting from here because I see that this color also affects this portion of the head, and I will just take this color and use it to cover this head area with it. So I'm using the wet on dry technique now, nothing special, so my color is not going anywhere. You see I have full control over it. I don't need to worry about it going anywhere. I'm just taking my time and just filling this area. I need to fill it in with color. And then I'm kind of doing the same thing here. So when I reached the neck, I can then continue doing this process. Again, this area here will be darker, but for now I am just going to cover it with this color here and it's going to be fine. So once I reached this edge, I can then start to use my big brush. So now I'm done with like the being careful because I was afraid of accidentally covering something here. But now when I'm painting on a big surface, I kind of felt the need to pick up my bigger brush and I will continue painting using my bigger brush. So the important thing when you do this wash is not to let it dry. So I'm just keep painting. I'm not waiting for it to dry. I am just keep applying this color, and again I'm starting from the top and I gradually bring this color lower and lower. This is what I always do, and I just think it's so much easier this way. And here what I will do, I will already start to apply this kind of a feather texture. So you see very, very quickly with the same brush and the same color, I'm just creating these like strokes that already create this feather texture for me. So it's just a very easy and quick way of starting to blend these two areas together already at this stage, and also create the fur texture at the same time. So I suggest you doing so. There you go. Just like to add this contrast here and there. Okay, and I think I'm really done here. So let me just fix this nail a little bit. Adding these darkest lines to underline the fingers, and I think we're done. All right, I will set my brush aside so I don't keep going. And this is the final result. So this is our Atlantic Puffin. I think looks quite cute. We were able to show the white color very nicely. So you see the white belly is still white, even though we added multiple layers of gray color to it, it's still white and nice. And we did not use any white color to paint it, just white paper. We were also able to give this nice dark color to the puffin without using any black color. Again, we used different colors to create this dark color. And we were also able to create these nice textures on the beak, these feather textures, and you've also learned how to create shadows near the animals if you want to. And you see now it's completely dry, and I think it's just added an additional charming touch to our painting. So I hope you enjoyed.